join us on Patreon, and become part of our journey to uncover history's untold stories. Your support helps us create in-depth content, bring hidden narratives to life, and keep history alive for everyone.
History is a mosaic, its pieces scattered across time, waiting to be arranged into a coherent picture. Every so often, a discovery emerges that threatens to reshape our understanding of that mosaic, challenging not only the pieces we thought we understood, but also the narratives we've constructed around them. In recent years, Russia's unexpected engagement with the history of Black Israelites has created ripples that extend far beyond the realms of archaeology and anthropology. This revelation is not merely an academic curiosity, but a profound event reverberating across religious, cultural, and geopolitical landscapes, forcing a re-examination of long-held beliefs and narratives. To grasp the magnitude of this discovery, one must first appreciate the deep significance of the term Israelite. For millennia, the story of the Israelites has been enshrined as one of the foundational narratives of Western civilization, deeply embedded in the scriptures of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Traditionally, the Israelites have been portrayed as a Semitic people from the ancient Near East, their identity tied to the deserts of Canaan and the Temple of Jerusalem. Yet, the notion of Black Israelites, individuals of African descent claiming lineage from the ancient tribes of Israel, challenges entrenched perceptions of biblical history, ethnic identity, and religious orthodoxy. When reports began to surface that Russian researchers and theologians had uncovered evidence suggesting a historical connection between African-descended peoples and ancient Israel, the world was understandably astonished. The discovery appeared to corroborate claims long made by various communities of Black Israelites, groups that have existed on the fringes of mainstream religious discourse for decades. What began as a seemingly arcane investigation into ancient texts and DNA records soon spiraled into a broader debate about history's erasures and the politics of identity. Russia's involvement in this controversial subject adds a unique layer of complexity. Historically positioned as a crossroad between East and West, Russia's religious and academic institutions possess a distinctive approach to theological inquiry. Unlike the secularized methodologies of much Western academia, Russian scholars often integrate their work with deep spiritual and nationalist motivations. The Orthodox Church, a significant cultural force in Russia, views history not merely as a sequence of events, but as a divine tapestry, revealing God's purpose for humanity. The convergence of Russian spiritual perspectives with cutting-edge scientific tools, such as genetic sequencing and advanced historical linguistics, created the conditions for this groundbreaking research to unfold. At the heart of the Russian discovery lies a cache of ancient documents and artifacts unearthed in regions that were once part of the trans-Saharan and trans-Eurasian trade routes. These relics included ancient scrolls, inscriptions, and symbols bearing striking similarities to Hebrew texts, yet they were found in areas associated with African and Afro-Eurasian populations. Moreover, genetic studies undertaken by Russian scientists revealed markers that intriguingly connected certain African ethnic groups with populations historically tied to the Levant. This genetic overlap hinted at a complex migratory history, one that may have seen ancient Israelites journeying into Africa and mingling with indigenous populations. These findings did not emerge in a vacuum. For centuries, various African and Afro-diaspora communities have asserted that they are the true descendants of the Israelites, citing oral traditions, linguistic traces, and cultural practices as evidence. From the Beta Israel community of Ethiopia to the Igbo people of Nigeria, such claims have often been dismissed by mainstream historians as revisionist or metaphorical. Yet, the Russian discovery lends a startling degree of scientific and historical weight to these assertions, forcing a reappraisal of previously marginalized narratives. The implications of these revelations are staggering. If substantiated, they compel a rethinking of biblical history and the geographic scope of the Israelite diaspora. The notion of a Black Israelite challenges Eurocentric interpretations of biblical figures, many of whom have been depicted as white in Western art and theology. It raises profound questions about the racial dynamics that have shaped interpretations of the Bible, casting a spotlight on how power and prejudice have influenced the ways sacred texts are understood and portrayed. Religious institutions across the globe have responded to the Russian findings with a mixture of fascination, skepticism, and unease. The Orthodox Church in Russia, for its part, has embraced the research cautiously, recognizing its potential to deepen understanding of biblical history while also acknowledging its disruptive potential. In contrast, some religious leaders in the West have expressed reservations, questioning the methodology and motivations behind the research. These tensions reflect broader cultural divides, as the discovery touches upon sensitive issues of race, identity, and historical accountability. One of the most profound reactions has come from African-descended communities around the world, particularly those in the Americas and the Caribbean. For centuries, these communities have grappled with the erasure and distortion of their histories, enduring systemic racism and cultural disenfranchisement. The Russian findings offer a powerful affirmation of their historical significance, serving as a reminder that Africa's contributions to world history extend far beyond the narratives of slavery and colonization. Yet, this affirmation also comes with challenges. Within the Black Israelite movement itself, the discovery has sparked debates about authenticity, interpretation, and unity. As with any diasporic identity, the notion of a Black Israelite encompasses a diverse array of beliefs and practices, from the strictly religious to the broadly cultural. The Russian findings have provided a common historical foundation, but they have also highlighted internal differences as communities grapple with how best to incorporate the new evidence into their worldviews. Beyond the religious sphere, the Russian discovery has significant geopolitical implications. In a world increasingly defined by identity politics, the acknowledgement of Black Israelites as a legitimate historical group could reshape discussions about reparations, cultural heritage, and racial justice. It also has the potential to influence international relations, particularly between Russia and African nations. By championing the historical significance of Black Israelites, Russia may be seeking to strengthen its ties with Africa, presenting itself as a champion of marginalized histories and an ally in the fight against Western hegemony. However, this geopolitical dimension also raises ethical concerns. Critics have accused Russia of weaponizing history, using the discovery of Black Israelites as a tool for political gain. Such criticisms underscore the delicate balance between historical inquiry and ideological manipulation, a tension that has always accompanied the study of history. As the world grapples with the implications of Russia's discovery, one thing is clear: the story of the Israelites is far from complete. The Russian findings remind us that history is not static but a living, breathing entity, shaped by new evidence and evolving perspectives. They challenge us to reconsider what we think we know, to confront the biases that have shaped our understanding of the past, and to embrace the complexity of human identity. Ultimately, the significance of this discovery lies not only in the evidence itself, but in the conversations it has sparked. By shining a light on the history of Black Israelites, Russia has opened a door to a deeper understanding of our shared humanity. Whether viewed as a validation of ancient traditions or a challenge to established narratives, this revelation is a powerful reminder of history's enduring ability to surprise, inspire, and transform.